Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Training Post podcast. Today I'm joined by Dayday, Edison.
Hi, it's me.
And today we're just going to chat about what you're up to. He's an Indigenous TikToker and an awesome voice for our generation. And I thought it would be awesome to have you in the seat.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for joining me. So tell me about yourself.
I'm gay. So I'm here, I'm queer.
No, it's a wonderful thing. Yeah.
Yes. My name's Dayday. I am from Tuba City. I live here. I grew up here. I am also part Lakota. I'm from South Dakota, from Pine Ridge.
Oh, word.
And I live here.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I am also a TikToker. I'm an influencer. And my content is more about like self empowerment vibes in a way. Because when I was younger, I never had that self empowerment vibe, only from females. Like some of my favorite ladies were Tia Wood, and they're also an Indigenous TikToker, an artist, and she's amazing.
Love her.
Also like Nicki Minaj.
Word.
I love her.
Are you Barb?
I went to her concert. I have her merch. I have her shirt.
I love it.
I got her.
That's
I was just going around, and that's where I got my empowerment from. When I was younger, I never had that. So even with ladies in my family, my mom, she has a bunch of degrees. She's very highly educated. My whole family's educated. They have their degrees and everything. So, and my family, we never had that side of the dad side.
Sure.
My dad left when I was small.
Sure.
So mostly I grew up with ladies, and they were like strong, independent, educated ladies.
Yeah.
So that's how I grew up, and that's what I want to do. And I was like, I want to get it more out there. And since I came out as gay, I wanted that to be my side as well. Be like gay empowerment, and also like that baddie side on the res.
Yeah.
Because I don't really see that.
No, totally. Yeah.
So I wanted to put that out there more.
Right.
And empower little kids I rarely see now.
Great. Yeah. No, I actually saw you. I'm new to TikTok. I joined TikTok maybe I don't know, not very long ago, maybe 2 years ago or something. I was pretty late. Yeah. but one of the first people I saw when I looked up the tag for Tuba City was you. So it's funny all these years later to cross paths again and meet you IRL.
Oh my God.
Yeah. No, it's kind of a cool
that.
thing. But that brings me to meeting you in real life. We actually met at Change Labs, and you were doing a market under a new kind of thing you got going on. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
So I have a brand. Her name is Bare Skin Beauty. And the reason I started this brand is because I wanted to have my first, how would I say it? To be the first Native American male to have a skincare brand.
Sure.
There hasn't been a skincare brand by a guy in the Navajo Nation. So I wanted to be that first. There's been ladies, but there hasn't been a guy. And also especially being Two-Spirit, I wanted that to be a part of it. They're the first Two-Spirit Native American male skincare brand. There's the guys that have their makeup company, their Two-Spirit makeup company and all that, but there hasn't been focus on skincare. And I'm a big skincare person. I'm going to school for it. I want to be a dermatologist. I want to be the first Native American male dermatologist.
Love it.
Which I'm going to school for as well. And since I wanted to also have that little kid spark in me to have my own business and also have my business what I love, such as the skincare. I love doing it. I love the ingredients, the formulas, everything about it. And so when I did it, I wanted to have a history behind it and meaning my ingredients are all native, natural base with herbs that were used long time ago in Native American history. They haven't used it in a while. There's been this huge period where they don't use it anymore. So I wanted to bring those healing herbs back into skincare. And also be cutesy, be pink, have a meaningful.
No, I love your branding.
So that's what that is.
No, it's so cute. I bought a little jar from you, and I actually, my journey with skincare is I have very sensitive skin, and because I I don't know how to explain this. So I grew up with my indigenous side of my family, and they naturally just have nice skin. So
God,
skincare was like so like we didn't talk about it. It wasn't like something, but being like Black, I'm prone to like scarring and different things, and it really like shows on my skin. And through trying to like navigate what skincare and self-care looks like for me, I kind of came to the conclusion that I just have like super sensitive skin, and I try to only use like natural based stuff. So coming across your thing, because like you also want to like support small businesses. You want to support like people who like can vouch for their stuff. And so meeting you and your whole spiel that you had, like so professional, and of course it's pink, and I love pink, and it's natural, and I love everything about it, but I use it and it's awesome.
Thank you.
Like love a mask. I love like the clay like situation.
There's three if you count the water, but it's two ingredients. One ingredient is called clay bentonite, and clay bentonite, what it does is it gets in the skin's pores and loosens, and like it basically, like if you have like disinfectant spray and you spray it on there and leave it for a bit to like let it soak up and grime, or when you're washing dishes, let the soap sit and soak for a bit.
Yeah.
It's like basically doing that on your face with the mask. Clay bentonite does that. It loosens up, it gets rid of all the grime inside your pores. And what the other herb does, I can't say what the herb is because it's kind of a secret thing at the moment.
Ingredient.
Yeah. But it's awesome. I love that herb. It's one of the herbs I mostly use in my brand because it's such a good rare herb that's natural, that's just very powerful and has a beautiful meaning behind it. And also what that does is it washes it away in type of when you rinse it out, or like it sucks it up in a way.
Right.
So that's what
It's
I
like
wanted
a
it to be.
Yeah. No, it's great. I love it. So good job.
Thank you.
Congratulations
Thank
on
you.
having a wonderful product. No, it's really a special thing. I was curious actually, like you were talking a little bit about how you're like the first like Navajo or the first skincare brand run by male on the Navajo Nation. Do you find that like men tend to are more like, I don't know, susceptible to like communicating with you about skincare? Like, I mean, how has that reception been with men? I mean, do you have any?
So far, it's been with men's skincare, especially like straight guys, they're more like, oh, I don't need it. That's really girly.
Sure, yeah.
Why do I need it? It's bad for me. It's really girly. That's only for girls. And my response is, girls and guys have skin too. Everybody has skin. Why? It's the biggest organ on your body.
Yeah.
And you should be taking care of it.
Right.
And
not only that, it's like the kind of the indigenous way to like take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Like even if you, I mean, sure, you could put in however many terms you want to, but like it comes down to just taking care of yourself. Your body is a vessel in every kind of way, you know what I mean? And making sure that you present well to the world. So, you know what I mean? It's kind of cool that you're, appealing to people that don't typically have, other people vouching for them, or kind of explaining how, I don't know, these things can intertwine with your culture and your identity. Yeah. I don't know, it's a very special thing. Because I also think like in our culture, especially like living on the reservation, those things kind of tend to be frivolous, catering to skincare and things like that. And you can definitely see with the turn of how much internet is influencing our like day-to-day society, how people are kind of adapting to having, embracing those kinds of things and finding their own way when it comes to that, because I mean, in my opinion, as like a Black indigenous person, there is not a lot of skincare that caters to us. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm just like extremely taken by like your approach to it, because it's very interesting, and you're very like matter of fact. Yeah. No, but it's like, it's kind of, I mean, unraveling like colonial powers in a way, like, and facing away from like westernized beauty standards in a way too, because I mean, like you said, like it's like three things, and it's like super straightforward, and the way that you're appealing to other people, I think it's like super important. So thank you for your work again.
And I also wanted it to be, so growing up on the Navajo Nation and noticing, when I was small, I suffered from acne, from scarring, from rosacea, and I would buy so many products. I went to a dermatologist. It didn't really help me. those products didn't help me, and they were also expensive to buy if I wanted to get treatment for it. And so I wanted my brand to be more inclusive with the price range as well.
Right.
Because growing up, I didn't have, my family and we didn't have much money to be spending on
Sure.
like $20 and to $80 face mask and cleansers. So I would always be going to dollar store getting like $1 cleanser and moisturizer, or not even having one thing at all.
Yeah.
So I also wanted to be my price range at a good amount that we're on the Navajo Nation, because we don't have that much money
No,
to
totally.
be affording our luxury self. Even though skincare shouldn't be a luxury, it should be a necessity, because
Sure.
it's hygiene. It's like brushing your teeth.
Yeah.
It's hygiene. It's a necessity, which everyone should be doing, and where I want it to be accessible for my culture and the price range. Because growing up, I always wanted to test these like dermatology brands, luxury brands,
Yeah,
designer
yeah.
brands, and I didn't have the money for it. And also like supporting small businesses.
Yeah, yeah.
Growing up, I saw small businesses, and I'm like, oh, I want to get some of that, but they're also expensive too.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God. And I wanted to, when I was a little kid, I hated seeing that. I wanted to support them, post about it, use it, and feel good about myself.
No, and I'm sure like also like presenting on the internet, because you have a pretty big following. Like you want to be,
Yeah.
like you want to look good. You know what
Yeah. I mean,
so it's only more than fitting that, you know what I mean, you started a skincare
Yeah.
brand. How do you find like being an influencer? How do you find that affects your community? I mean, like, I'm sure, how long have you been doing it for starters?
oh my God. I started doing influencing. So I started TikTok when it was Musically,
Oh, no way.
when it was like a year after the app came out, maybe like 6 months after the app came out, like when it
That's-
officially launched. And I got on it. My little sister, she got me on it. And then I just started doing those motions, being like, okay. And then soon I just started going, be posting like 7, 12 times a day.
Crazy.
And then
the stamina.
so
Yeah, I know,
literally
like,
I
zero
couldn't,
stamina,
I still
can't
couldn't
do
do
it.
that to this day if I wanted to. And so I just started doing it every day, going to school, doing it every day. And then even also with school, I would get made fun of too at school. They would always make me like feel weird. They would always make fun of me too for doing TikTok and Musically, and they would always looking at me weird, and they would always call me names for it too. And so I just ignored it. My friends and I we would put up the phone, we would do dances in the hallway, or we'd
cute.
be doing like Musicallys in the hallway and just doing our own thing and ignoring everybody else. So when I was doing that in school, everybody was like, oh my God, that's that school, this is that school,
Yeah,
this is,
yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, I know where you're at. And it started becoming like, there's a guy doing TikTok, he's
Right.
dancing over here, he's supporting something over here, and he's in my area. I
Yeah,
never seen him
yeah.
before. So I wanted to do that as well. So I also wanted to be encouragement as well when, even like graduation now, they're going to high school. I always tell my brothers, sisters, or people that are going to high school is don't worry about bullying. If you get made fun of, you get made fun of. There's nothing you can do about it, but other than graduate, get your degree and your diploma, and also just don't worry about it. You can always, they're always going to come back to you no matter what.
Yeah, it builds character.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And so even after high school, you're not going to know them.
Yeah.
They're going to know you because of what you've done and what you compacted to your school vibes and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So they're going to know you, but you're not going to know them because you blocked out the haters.
Right. It's
You
all
blocked
about
out-
being your authentic self too, and like nourishing that part of yourself. And I think like, especially as an Indigenous youth, like you kind of need someone like you know what I mean, who's putting themselves in the front and being like, I actually don't care. You know what I mean? And you're just going to live your authentic life and be
Yeah.
your authentic self.
Even in school here, I would do TikToks literally when there's lunch tables. I would put it during lunch, be
I
doing it in
love
front of
that. I
everybody.
literally love that.
And I would also even like my friends and I, we would go straight to the hallways after the bell rings. We would put up the phone. I would be doing dances with them and me and everybody. You still to this day, you go back on my videos. They're walking past me. Everybody, the whole crowd going to class or even between classes. I would just be doing it, and they would laugh at me. They would look at me weird. But soon, they would always try to like get involved with me somehow.
Right. It's almost like a form of resistance in
Yeah.
a way, kind of like standing up for yourself and kind of just, like I said, being your authentic self, like how you were saying, like just being in front of everyone. And, you know, because it, like I said, it just really shows people that you can be who you want to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm sure like you've had more than an impact like on everyone that's been around you, because you went to school here in this area. And I mean, kind of talking to Joey a little bit, like who's behind the camera.
Oh, the secret's out.
Yeah, like that, you know, it can be, it's almost like you can kind of be bottlenecked here. Like you can be like a doctor, you can be like some kind of, you know, you're a lawyer or something, you go to like school, or, you know, and everyone looks up to those people, but not the people that are kind of standing up for who they are and, you know, who they want to be. And so I think like, again, that's just like a wonderful thing, especially like being a queer, you know, two-spirit person. And especially in the time, because you're 21, right? And I'm 25, so I think we went to high school probably around like on either ends.
Yeah. You were senior, I was freshman.
Yeah, and so like I think like during that time specifically when we would have been in high school, like being gay or being queer or things like that were very taboo, especially here.
Definitely.
And so being on the internet like that and like, you know, showing, it's like a form of resistance. It's a form of like kind of decolonizing in a way, you know, it's like opening up the res to, you know, for other people to see, but also that it's not just like a monolith. Like you are, there's different kind of people here, and you're very much a testament to that. And I think that's just, I don't know, beautiful. But you said also on that note, like that you're also Lakota.
Yeah, I'm Lakota from South Dakota.
That's so cool. Yeah. So like, how does that influence like who you are? Do you find that like there are other people here that are taken by your identity? Or because I know for myself, because I'm mixed, I have so many different facets, like being Black and being Indigenous. Those are two different things. Are you're Navajo? Yeah, so being Navajo and Lakota, does that feel?
It's not a big difference, but it's just difference in the language.
Okay.
Because it's funny, because when I was in South Dakota, I always had to translate for some people.
Right.
And whenever, I don't know much Navajo, because my father, he left when I was small. He was Navajo, and my mom's Lakota. And like I said, I grew up with my Lakota side, my mom. So I know more Lakota than my Navajo side.
Right,
so
right.
when everybody's talking Navajo here, I'm like, what are you saying? And then I just speak Lakota, and they're like, what are you saying? I'm like, I don't know. Okay.
It's kind of like an honoring of ancestral, like, I don't know, roots in a way, because like I'm sure back in the Dayday, like people were interacting that way.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, I don't know, you are a testament. I mean, I call it being a miscellaneous American, being mixed with just a bunch of stuff. It's like we are representatives for a culture that almost does not really exist for real, but we all can relate to each other. Like even you being two different things, I mean, you're from two different worlds that can combine to make one, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that becomes your authentic experience, and that's kind of how I feel as well. And so, you know what I mean? Like you and I both kind of represent this idea of, I don't know, this is what the white man didn't want. You know what I mean? They didn't want us to mix and like build camaraderie and be gay and be happy. You know what I mean? And just, I don't know, this is like such a special thing. Like our ancestors literally fought for us to be in these chairs, to be next to each other. And not only that, being small business owners and standing on our own 2 feet, you know what I mean? Creating things out of the experiences that we had.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, for me, it's like such a important part of my small business, and kind of like how you were saying. Like,
And I love, oh my God, can we talk about your business for a second?
Sure.
Well, when I met you, your business, I didn't know what you said to me until I looked it up. Because you didn't show me any pictures
No, I don't.
until I looked you up. You followed me, then I followed you back. I was like, what does she mean? So I went through your little company page, and I was like, okay, wait, I love that idea.
Yeah, I'm a little bit of a freak.
Because I've never seen anything like that.
Thank you.
So when I saw that, I was like, wait, that's kind of cute and iconic. Though.
Yeah, it's like a little bit weird. I pride myself on being a little bit of a weirdo. Yeah.
And which is what we need.
Yeah, but
which is what I love. I always think weird is the new normal.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
normal is being weird.
No, but it's like kind of like how I was talking about you. Like it is my authentic self. I'm like a little bit, you know, and it's like, how can I package this? No, for real. It's like, how can I package this so that everyone else can experience this bliss that I have from being myself? And that's kind of how I did it. It's like fun, it's silly, it's goofy. It's very serious in my own head, but like, you know, the way it projects to other people is so I don't know, nonchalant and kind of like dumb, you know?
Yeah.
But I like that, you know, I like it and it's empowering for me, I think. But yeah, I try not to talk about what I do outside of being there. But it was so interesting for me to run into you at Change Labs because have you been to Change Labs before then?
I have not. Literally, I did like 2 weeks before that market. I went there. Oh,
Sorry.
Oh.
Let me. Oh, I'm on Do Not Disturb.
Oh.
I just want to make sure.
Okay.
I was like, you calling the police on us?
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
I can also bring your pizza whenever. So
Okay, great.
Oh, I forgot about
Me
that.
too.
We're
Yeah.
at like 22 minutes.
Oh, okay,
Oh.
okay.
Don't worry.
What were we talking about?
Oh,
yeah. So like I met you at Change Labs and like, I don't know, for me that was like a interesting thing because I come from a market background. Like I specifically do markets and so I try not to like talk about what I'm doing really. And so to be when I'm not like at my own table, you know what I mean? So going to a new market, especially on the res was like a mind-blowing thing for me because we didn't have that back when I was living here, you know, so meeting you there was kind of crazy. And I mean, you've never been to Change Labs?
Never. Literally like 2 weeks before, never have.
That's so crazy.
I like did like coaches. I did printing there. I did my little photo shoot there, but never like actually like been there until they built it. And I went over there and they're like, we can help you out. We got you, girl. You can vibe with us.
That's
We're
so
like,
fun.
okay. So I started meeting with them, doing meetings, doing interviews, and they're like, you would be such a good candidate market person for our market we're having. I was like, okay. So I signed up. They got me. They're like, come over. I was like, okay. And then I literally at that point, at that day, I finally got my canopy, and I finally got my little banner thing I put on the table.
It's so cute.
And that arrived so perfectly.
Yeah.
Because it arrived that
canopy's
morning.
Pink, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, love it.
And it arrived that morning, which was so...
No, it's perfect. Serendipitous. Yeah, no, it's a special thing. No, it was so cool. But I love meeting people who have done, you know, they're like the first time doing a market because it's the scariest thing leading up to it. And then you just end up standing there and you're like, oh. Yeah.
Hi, guys.
But it was so nice to like meet you. But I don't know, it's just like crazy that Change Labs exist for a space for us to meet. You know what I mean? From seeing you on TikTok like years and years and years ago to like meeting you in person at the table. It's so crazy. And for you to be also like an indigenous TikToker and to that not be your only thing. You know what I mean? It's, I don't know. I'm like obsessed with you. No, that's cool. I love like everything about that. Do you think that those spaces like have you lived anywhere else out of the reservation?
Not really, no. Grew up here, live here, and other than Window Rock, I lived there in Window Rock for a couple years. Other than that, just going back and forth. I'm gonna say Window Rock and Tuba would be my home, just because I would always do basketball tournaments over there. I would always be doing basketball tournaments
You're
here.
a basketball kid.
Yeah,
Okay.
and a volleyball kid.
Okay, word.
So yeah.
I was not sports at all as a dancer.
Wait, are you?
I was, yeah. I like did ballet here in Tuba. I think it was like, it's so funny. This is how I met Joey, actually, his family. It's like his older sister and I were in the same ballet program when I was very young. And so...
You did ballet?
No.
Just kidding. I was like, I need to see that.
No, his sister did. And so it's like, that's kind of how our family's like, I mean, we kind of like, you know, knew each other a little bit. And then after that, my mom put me in like various like dance programs in Flagstaff. So I actually lived here and would drive to Flagstaff like every day.
Okay, I know that feeling.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I was like in high school there. I went to elementary school, half here, half there, you know what I mean? But I was dancing all the way through. But I was not a sports kid. Like my high school didn't even have a sports team. We had a hacky sack league and our...
Wait, that's iconic.
No, it was so stupid. And our mascot was a llama. Like, and it was like a mascot for what, girl? Be for real.
The hacky llama. Oh my God, wait.
No, it was
iconic.
like so unserious. Yeah, yeah.
I would be the mascot for that. Yeah. I'll be on all fours.
No, we had a school dog too, and it just like lived on the campus.
Oh my
we would all
God.
feed it. No,
We have res dogs? Yeah. I thought we have a res school dog. It's so funny. With res dogs, they know when you get out of class, when you go to class, when there's lunch. I'm like, how do you know?
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, here though.
No, I know. We actually just like rescued our own res dog, my husband and I, because we bought a house here, and that's how I ended up reconnecting and being back here. I reconnected, I hate saying that, but like how I
then
ended
we
up.
party after.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, we came back home. But when we moved here and we bought a house here, we had all these dogs on our property, and then they like took him away, and then we rescued one back. We took him back from the pound. He was at our house.
Oh my
so
God.
it's funny. Everyone has their own res dog story here. It's
I
very,
love that.
it's very silly.
We have a dog, and her name is Bella.
Love her.
She's a husky.
Oh.
And she just had babies.
Yeah. Okay.
9 purebred huskies.
No way.
And they're so cute.
Oh.
They're little big chubbies.
Yeah.
And oh my God.
I love that. No, it's like so funny how like everybody here has the same kind of like undertones. Like we all have the same kind of understanding of okay, the res dogs, they're cool. Like we're all getting slush puppies. Like oh, we all know what's up with basketball. Like we all know like you know what I mean. Like we're all like different from all different kinds of places, but we're all like we know like the vibes.
We're going to a flea market.
Yeah, we're going to flea markets on Fridays.
We're getting some Navo burgers.
Yeah, no, for
we're
real.
going to get some cheese.
No, it's so cool. No, but I to get back to what I was saying though, do you find that being at Change Labs like provides something for you? Like, I have experience living out of the reservation, like being in the city and whatever, and we utilize third spaces like crazy. Like being at the coffee shop, that's a must. Like going and doing your work at a random third place, it's like so crazy. So moving back here as an adult and having access to that for me was like a very, very, very huge thing. Yeah. And I wanted to recreate that kind of as a co-organizer of Trading Post because, you know, I just want to add to that.
Yeah, feeling. And which I love.
Yeah, yeah. So do you find like value in that?
Yes,
or like how
definitely.
do you?
Because long time ago, it was just like the stores and nothing like big like that.
Right.
It was like when
we had like the community center and stuff like that.
And when like Miss Zips was open.
Yeah.
And I'm like, girl, I miss that place.
Yeah, no, for real.
The burgers were bomb. I would do my laundry next door.
No, seriously.
And then, and when that opened up, I didn't know what it was until I met someone that told me to go over there to introduce my business and what I love doing. And until I got into that, I loved it. I didn't know what it was, so when I found out more places are being like that here, I was like, that's going to help so much. Even with my business and other people that want to start their business, I was like, that's going to help so much here. I'm going to love that.
No, it's like, it's nice to have a place where everyone is on the same page as you and you can all just kind of hang out. Yeah. I know like Joey and I, like, we're there just like hanging out, and I mean we're supposed to be doing work. We're just sitting there. I see to that from the pose. He's like, we're just eating. Yeah, but it's like so nice. You know what I mean? And I'm like, kind of feel like, well, at first, I'm from, at least my idea of Change Labs before this was my mom was always trying to like start a business. Like I come from like a family that's really into like jewelry and like, you know, doing roadside and stuff like that. So they were always trying to find ways to like capitalize on their arts and crafts. And so my mom had been pretty familiar with Change Labs like early on. But I just didn't know how that would translate here, you know what I mean? And I always felt like there would not be, I don't know, like a market for it. So it's like so cool that you're from here and like you get to access that in the same way. Because my big thing is like nothing can translate from there to here. Like nothing can translate from like the Western world to here, copy paste. Like it has to be very unique to our circumstance. Like I said, like we all have an underlying identity that we understand about being here. You know what I mean? So it's like cool.
And what I also wanted to do my business with is when you're here, there's haircut places, there's like people that do nails, but there hasn't been like skincare too. Right. And so when I had acne, I would go to Flagstaff or Phoenix, so far away, spend thousands of dollars, hundreds of bucks to get my face done, look good.
Love that. Okay,
but I wanted to be closer and much affordable. So what I wanted to do here was also later in the near future is like start being an esthetician and doing face masks, doing like massages, and because I had that once to me and it felt so good. I felt so relaxed.
Isn't it so interesting how like here we don't have things like that already, but you know what I mean? It's like a beautiful part of like life to be like someone like waiting on you and like doing your hair and like touching your face and stuff. No, that'd be awesome. Touch me. Yeah, bare skin like esthetician, like a workshop or something, or maybe like you could have like a pop up and like do facials. Oh my god,
you're just in the background.
I like living for it. Please touch my face. I like it. Yeah. But didn't you bring, actually on that note, you brought some stuff. Yeah.
On that note, I need a fan down. Hold on.
Yeah,
Girl, it's kind of hot at the
I know
moment.
it's hot in here. Yeah, it's hot in
Get your
here.
fan
No, I'm like
down,
good. Yeah.
Okay, great. So yes, I have. Sorry, all my things.
Yeah, go.
So I have my little bag, and oh my god, wait, not this one. So this is what I have.
I love it. So this is the one I think I have. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I'm like obsessed because it's really easy. You put like a little bit on your finger, on your hand, mix it with water, put that.
Slap it on.
Yeah,
Yep.
put that on.
Easy
Yeah.
peasy.
No, love it. I like low key because I'm like a ADHD kid. Like I love to just sit there and do this with it. I don't know what it is about it. It's like the texture of it. It's like, oh, it's like dirt. no, I like love it. But like, do you want to show the camera like what you got going on here and explain kind of what it is?
This is my brand. I don't know what camera. I'm kidding.
Good. No, it's super cute.
Oh my god. Okay.
Okay, yeah, do you want to explain like the procedure of how you would use something or like what it is for, XYZ, etc., etc.?
So this is Bearskin, y'all. Bearskin is a company I made. Bearskin is an indigenous company that I made. It has a meaningful background, beautiful meaning background. The logo has a meaning behind it. The name has a meaning behind it, and also the pink is just for cute and funsy vibes.
Yeah.
And so the meaning behind the bear is my Lakota side, meaning it's strong, intuitive, equality, strength, and confidence, which is what I want my brand to be. Included, confidence, make you feel confident to put it on, to see the bear, to be strong. And also the bear skin is a play on word of B-A-R-E and B-E-R.
Love
like
it.
bare face, like bare clean, but like bare skin.
Yeah, love
and
it.
so, and the pink is just for funsies, cuteness. And also the ingredients, I made this personally myself. I spent about a year and a half researching, doing ingredients, formulas in my room. I was in the kitchen.
Oh, she's a chemist.
I was literally my own chemist. I was doing that, and soon I found a perfect component, all the ingredients that I wanted, that I needed to have. And so literally all you do, if I can open it, all you do is you open it, and so it comes into a powder paste like so. And so all you do, I want it to be a powder paste because one time I wanted to sell it like the actual paste as a mud clay paste, but once I found that out, it got very crusty.
Yeah,
real
you have to
quick.
rehydrate
Yeah,
it,
so I was like, I'm not gonna do that. And I also wanted to be like, you're doing your own little chemist.
Yeah.
You be your own little chemist. You mix your water with it. You mix it around, put it on your face.
Yeah.
So I wanted that to be as well. So I made it into a powder form, and so there's no smell, no fragrance to it. But
Love that,
I've
by the way.
heard, I did not know until I got reviews from people. Once you add water to it, it smells like wet dirt, wet sand, and like sage mixed together.
Yeah.
And it's like a home smell.
Yeah, to me it smells like when it rains.
Yeah. So that's what I wanted to be. And I didn't know that too.
No,
so I was like, wait, that's kind of cute. I didn't know that.
No, it's so cute. I literally love putting it on my face. I'm not lying to you. No, I like clock it. No, that's literally so cute. I love it.
So,
I also love the tincture, like the size of it. It's like perfect.
And it does go a long ways.
Yeah, no, totally. I'm not even
Literally,
halfway.
I wanted to be that because I've always hated going to stores and having to like buy again and again because I run out so fast.
Yeah.
And like something like this, you don't need to use the whole bottle really quick. Just add like a small little dense amount and add a little bit of drop of water and mix it on your face. Put a little thin paste on your hand and slap it on your face. It helps with acne, eczema, rosacea, athlete's foot, cold sores, and
no, it's like all around everything.
yeah,
no,
which
it's
is
like,
what I want to be.
No, it's like perfect, especially if you're like traveling and stuff too. No, I
Which
like
is cute and
value.
my mom always just steals my stuff from me because she's like, I need
Oh,
this. I'm like, okay. I'm like, go ahead. I'm like, I can't stop you.
No, I
So
love it. Well, on that note, I don't know. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Like, I really appreciate it, and hopefully next time we have you on, Joey will be here too, and we can all kiki
what
together.
is Joey?
Yeah, oh yeah, where is he?
Where
yeah.
is he at?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
No, but thank you so much for hanging out with me and chatting
Yes.
with me. This has been like more than awesome, and
Thank you
sharing
for
that with me. It's like
having me.
super cool. But yeah, thanks everybody. We'll see you
Bye.
sometime soon. Bye.
Bye.